what your book's called and what inspired you to write the book?
Yes,
And
sir.
what happened?
So my book is called Still Climbing. After the COVID pandemic hit, airlines across the board, including mine, parked hundreds and hundreds of aircraft in the desert because nobody was flying. The demand for flying had just gone completely way down, both international and domestic.
Hmm.
Many states, most countries, completely locked down, and so there was just no demand for it. And it's a seniority-based system here at the airline, regardless of where you work. So I couldn't hold left seat. I couldn't hold captain anymore. I had to go back to the right seat. At the same time, my wife's business kind of went down, um, just kind of circled the drain, if you will, because of the lockdowns,
Hmm.
and she had to close it as well. So we saw a major drop in income, as most people did. Um, I still had a job, but it was, again, it was right seat. It was a significant pay cut and quite a bit of cut of hours. So I got a job working part-time. I applied to Lowe's hardware store. It was an essential retailer, and they were hiring, and I had plenty of time on my hands, and I was trying to supplement our lost income, or at least,
Hmm. Hmm.
get us back a little bit to where we used to be. Not quite, but, and I got a job there. And Michael, when I was younger, I used to think when times were good, they always were going to be good. You just kind of get
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
feeling everything's going well. It's just going to keep going that way. But life's not that way. Conversely, you flip that script, and when times are bad, when you really feel like the walls are closing in, you lose your job, your finances are bad, maybe your health, you've got health problems, maybe your marriage is not going well, financial problems. It can feel like it's going to last forever.
Right.
And but that's when I was younger. I've grown enough and been through 9/11, been through the Great Recession, been through furloughs, been through stuff that I knew that this time there was going to be another side to it. If I could
You
just
were going to get
persevere
to
and
the other
get to the
side.
other
Yeah.
side, there's another side. Now, you have to persevere. You can't jump off a bridge. I hate to, make light of that, but you have to fight through it. But if you do, there's going to be another side. I want to give people hope for that. So I started journaling when I was in that job, and I journaled through the lens of positivity. What am I going to learn about life, about myself, about people, about this new job that I'm out of my element in, working retail? I'd never done that before because I'm
Hmm.
ex-military.
Hmm.
When I get to that other side, because I'm going to get there, we're all going to get there. How am I going to be better for it? How
Yeah.
is my life going to be improved because of this experience, which I was not expecting? It was a complete curveball. And so my journals led to the book, which is called Still Climbing, and it's basically a series of short stories, not all about me, but a lot of my Lowe's experiences, and I've got some military stuff in there, and I've got some flying
Hmm.
things as
Hmm.
well that the airline vetted and okayed, and Lowe's as well. And so it's a book with life lessons in it to help people, just broad lessons, really, and all the things that
Sure.
I've learned that I'd like to pass on, either learned for the first time or relearned working there that I'd maybe forgotten. I'd learned when I was 20 and I'd forgotten about it, and then knowing that there's going to be another side, and I want to be better for it when I got there. And so that's the genesis of the book, and it was the journals, and the book is there to help as many people as I can. I know you've read it, and you gave me some
Hmm.
really solid feedback on it. I've gotten some good reviews as well from other people from on Amazon and whatever. So I'm just glad it's been helpful for
I think you
my
were able
readers.
to pan out, if you kind of liken it to panning for gold. You got some nuggets of major life truths, is what I would call it. You like he's like entropy, and then you just different things that apply beyond the lows. I mean, it's just like hope.
Absolutely.
That's yeah. And so I thought that was really, and even if you've never flown, if you've never worked at Lowe's, you can get some nuggets of life truths, that I would call it, that and you probably, and I'm gonna when you went back to flying, you probably had some lessons you learned at Lowe's that you maybe applied or gave you a different perspective when you were flying again.
There's no doubt about it. There's nothing like broadening your horizons, than getting out of your comfort zone, learning something new, being around people. I work mostly with computers up in the flight deck. I work with
Hmm.
one co-pilot, and if a computer acts up, we turn it off. Computers don't talk back because you just turn them off and you reset them, you reboot them, or you deal without them. Working at retail, you're dealing with people and you're dealing with different variables, and it was interesting. It was eye-opening. It was fun, and looking at it from the lens of positivity, of what am I learning and how can this make me better. help broaden me and make me better, yes, as a pilot and in that job as well, and in life and helping my friends or family or it gives you just a bigger picture and a greater understanding for things. And putting it in writing, I realized helps me remember things too.
Hmm.
Because
Hmm.
sometimes, you grocery list, for example, if I don't make a list and I go to the store, 10
Yep.
minutes from now, I forget two or three things that I thought I was going to remember, but I didn't because I didn't write them down. So
Right.
this book is here forever, and you can go and look at it, and it's yeah, it was, it was a bit of a journey for me, but it's something that was worthwhile. And again, the feedback I've gotten is very, it makes me feel good. But it's still climbing,
Okay.
still climbing. It evokes a journey that, you hit turbulence, you hit rough patches in life, but you climb through it. You get
Right.
yourself through it. And that's essentially what the book was about. Um, and my name is Fred Fugere, Fugere.
And Fred, where can they get the book at if they want to?
Any online store, Amazon obviously.com, but barnesandnoble.com. I know powell's.com has it. It's anywhere online. If you do Still Climbing and search for that with even just my first name, it'll pop up. It's available on Kindle. It's paperback as well. So you can get the hard
I'll
copy.
in the meantime, I'll see about our local library getting a copy of it.
Yeah,
So
I know several libraries have gotten copies. Friends of mine have put a bug in libraries' ears, one up in Portland, Oregon, a couple other places where they said, hey, you really need to carry this book. So yeah, I would really appreciate that if you could do that.